home of the slave. My people never scared, stand up, stay brave. For the people, by the people, we built this joint. All facts, no filter, always on point, speaking truth to power. We done playing by the rules, taking back what's ours. Fuck 40 acres and a mule. Yo. This is America. This is America. This is America. This is America. This is America, land of the free.
Due to increasing censorship across social media and state media, the FTP podcast will pause discussion of topics related to Israel and/or the Jewish community for the time being. This decision has been made to protect the platform and keep its content unfiltered. The podcast will address these topics again when censorship is no longer a factor.
And now back to your regularly scheduled programming.
This is Don Juan Daquan Johnson reporting live from the FTP newsroom. The FTP podcast has once again come under fire for telling the truth about white people. In response to what they describe as the latest violation of their First Amendment rights, FTP is pivoting to the FTP network, for the people, by the people, giving power back to the people. The FTP network will serve as the new home for the FTP podcast, Knick Knack After Dark, Court of No Appeals, the Bitch Happens podcast, and more. For updates on the FTP network and the latest news in politics and pop culture from the Black perspective, watch the FTP podcast Monday through Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Eastern, and Sundays, 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern on YouTube at For the People Podcast Show. Here at FTP Network, we say the quiet part out loud so you don't have to.
Are you exhausted from constantly moving the goalposts? Is your energy crashing like the economy? Introducing Red Bullshit, the only energy drink endorsed by RFK Jr. This crisp, refreshing, fentanyl-flavored energy drink will have you more hopped up and wired than Pete Hegseth on a Monday morning after a weekend-long bender. It's practically meth in a can. Whether you're storming the Capitol or storming out of a Starbucks, Red Bullshit keeps you wired, not woke. Made with 1,000 milligrams of caffeine and an ingredient we can't legally tell you about. The great taste of rage with 0 calories and accountability. Red Bullshit energy drink. Hydrate your hate.
Arrogant racist, yeah. Who are they good for? Absolutely no one. Arrogant racist, yeah. Who are they good for? Absolutely no one. Say it again, y'all. Arrogant racist, look out. Who are they good for? Absolutely no one. Ooh. From DEI to DUI, the DOD is DIY. Israel first, America last. Now Iran is on that ass. Wanna pull out, but the condom broke. Won't run through homeless, don't want the smoke. Drop bombs over Baghdad. You ready to go? Getting screwed on the daily. You a GI ho. Benny's hiding peak. You on your own. Iran got that fire, bitch. The heat is on. Arrogant racist, yeah. Who are they good for? Absolutely no one. Arrogant racist, yeah. Who are they good for? Absolutely no one. Say it again, y'all. Arrogant racist, look out. Who are they good for? Absolutely no one.
Shop the ball, motherfuckers with an attitude. No papers, no English, anti-black and rude. You POC, but you wanna be YT. seat at the table. As an equal, you'll never be. Came to this country off the civil rights side. Yeah. Get your money up, then stab us in the back. Yeah. You hate us, but you need us. Gotta make it make sense. When it comes to the whites, y'all just niggas with accents. Let them know y'all just niggas with accents. Let them know y'all just niggas with accents. Let them know y'all just niggas with accents.
Trey Rich Live is here with the summer anthem, Black Boy Joy. Turn it up, drop it low, catch the vibe. Black Boy Joy, out now, streaming on all platforms. Black Boy Joy merch is exclusively available at the FTP store. Order now at ftp-store.printify.me.
For many black women and children, staying in the United States is no longer the safest option. New Grassroots was created to change that. This initiative is focused on one mission: helping black women and children relocate to safer, more supportive countries. New Grassroots covers passports and visa costs, but the vision is bigger. New Grassroots is aiming to cover flights, travel essentials, and up to 3 months of safe housing. The work is already in motion, but it can only grow with your support. If you believe in creating safer futures, visit linktr.ee/datdamnjanae and make a donation today. New Grassroots, creating protection, relocation, and liberation for black women and children.
Do you suffer from model minority syndrome and constantly vote against your own best interest? Did you vote for a man that thinks your existence is a threat to national security? Introducing MAGA Manny, your pint-sized political pick-me compadre. MAGA Manny comes equipped with top-of-the-line self-hating accessories. First up are these patriotic-themed maracas, perfect for dancing your way to your deportation hearing. Next is the I Know Black, I Latino identification card. Whether you're being questioned by ICE or the neighborhood Karen, just pull out this card and instantly bond over your anti-blackness. Then there is the rosary. Who needs freedom when all your faith is in a wannabe dictator? And finally, heavy-duty trimming shears. Because documented or not, those hedges aren't going to cut themselves. Habla inglés? Sí. Just press Manny's buttons to hear iconic phrases like,
Me vote for Donald Trump. Me no black, me Latino. Donald Trump will save us.
MAGA Manny will never be white. But just like you, he'll certainly die trying. MAGA Manny, fighting for a table he'll never be allowed to sit at. MAGA Manny is exclusively available at your local ICE field office. Citizenship sold separately for $5 million.
Welcome to the Dow is 50,000, baby! Where ICE kidnaps American citizens, the Epstein files still haven't been released, prices are up, rights are restricted, and the country's falling apart. But hey, the Dow is 50,000, baby! Tonight's prizes include a lifetime supply of propaganda, a pre-denied insurance claim, a one-way ticket to Gaza, and a bonus spin on the wheel of fascism. Who gives a fuck what happens to you? The Dow is 50,000, baby!
Hey, y'all, give us a few seconds. I am trying to figure out why this is not working. Logged into the system, been trying to get it fixed. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to For the People podcast.
Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday. Well, Vision is working on the tech end. So, as he said, welcome, everybody. So, let me see who's in the chat today. Hey, TGD. K is my name. Blue Sky, Germany, HACF, the Cosmic Blue Autistic, Jason, our partner Jason is here. So, hey, everybody. Well, you know what? This is a good time to talk because some of our regulars are here. We're doing and we're getting ready for the network. So what we need to do, we need an FTP focus group. So we need some of our regulars to help us test the network. So what you'll be doing is if you want to participate, we would need you to send us an email to ftppodcastshow@gmail.com, and in the subject line, put FTP focus group. If you are selected, Jason will send you the instructions. Basically, we need you to sort of watch us live. You're going to get the link to the website, which you cannot share with anyone else. And we're going to be testing the streaming to see if we can do it independently, and run all the tests that we need to run for our server. So what you would do is, if you have your laptop, phone, any device that you have that you can help test us with, that's what we'll be doing. So if you have, 30 minutes to an hour, and it's something that you guys would really be interested in, we would like our regulars to help us with that. So again, if you want to be part of the FTP focus group, send us an email at ftppodcastshow@gmail.com, subject line FTP focus group, and you'll get the instructions from there. So we really, really need you guys to help us out with that if you'd like to. Oh, and hey, Ali is there. Did I say that right? Ali. Yes. So hi everybody. We already got all our chats out the way. Vision, when you can you put I'll put it in there. It's the email so they could join the focus group. So this. Let me do it again.
All right, it should be working now. All right, so everybody's been introduced and everything. I already got somebody for the focus group.
Yes, thank you, HHCF. So the email is in there. So just anybody who wants to be involved, we're going to be announcing it for the next couple of days so we can get started on our testing.
Yes, and what we're going to do is we are going to begin our first video, and we're going to do a little history lesson. We do a few things as openers. And, since everybody's always talking about music and creativity and stuff, we all know that Black people created a lot of this stuff. And one of the things is country music. And everybody, white folks, is always claiming country music this. And I thought this would be a good time to show you this video. And I'm glad that this guy put this together because he makes it easier. And he white, so nobody can sit here and say nothing, because, when Black people say it, they don't believe it until a white person says it. So take a look at this and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Or who never learned about the banjo's African roots. How did the banjo go from being an instrument?
So I want to think of that because we know that all music comes from Black people, and the most popular music comes from Black people. And every time we talk, especially with country, when Beyonce put out her album, it was like this whole rift or, issues with her music and why is she singing it. And it's like, you guys don't create nothing. You guys steal it from Black people, and then you technically patent it. You patent it that you created it, or you just hijack it. The same with rock and roll. Rock and roll, Chuck Berry, Little Richard, they don't really get any credit. They're giving it to who? Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley used to go to these juke joints, watch the Blacks, mimic what the Blacks did, and then he would go to the white audience so the white audience could see Black style and music for white people. So I want to know what y'all thought about this. Nikki, what do you think?
I mean, it's not surprising. They always have to take it and act as though they invented it. It's just like, well, no, nobody's gonna know, and it's not funny, and it's not surprising that it's still done today. Like, you would think they would have some form of originality, but we just beat them to it. It's just it's almost like they can come up with something and be like, God damn it, a nigga thought of it first. So it's like the only thing they can do is, like you said, they'll take the patent. They'll take we create the idea, but they have the money and the resources to make it a reality. And therefore, with capitalism and everything, you think that whoever puts the product out is the inventor of it. That's kind of how it works with what we think. And that's not the case, because Black people, everything you have pretty much has a Black person involved in it, or a non-Black person of color. It's definitely not a white person. That's not to say that white people don't come up with things in science and stuff like that, but it's Black people. You use our bodies to do these tests on and to come up with these cures and all of these things, but you say we're inferior. We're inferior, but you need our cells. You need our blood. You need all of this stuff. But we're such inferior people. Like that video we saw with those weird white guys trying to buy those African girls to get babies from them or whatever. They were trying to buy their eggs or some shit like that. It's what they do. And so like I said, it goes back to Cowboy Carter. I like, people could say what they want about Beyonce, but she took it to say, this is ours and we're reclaiming it, and we don't have to apologize for something that we invented. Because before there was the white cowboy, there was the black cowboy. And they try to act like that doesn't exist. They try to whitewash all of our history to be American history. So if you see a white person doing it, then it's synonymous with the white person invented it or a white person started it, when really they're coming to black areas, black neighborhoods, they're stealing it, and then they're taking it back. Bring it on. Prime example, and it's what is that with that. You're stealing things and you want to pass it off as your own, and we always know. Because white people will never be that cool. So when y'all doing something that has an ounce of flavor in it, we already know where it came from. So it's like you can't even hide it at that point. And now they don't try. So I'm not surprised, but I'm glad that people are seeing that history. It sucks that it has to come from a white person in order for people to believe it. Because if we sat here and gave the history of the banjo, oh, that's not right. But when a white person does it, it's going to be really hard for other white people to refute it. So that's the only part that sucks for me, is that we can't speak about our history. We still have to have white representation to even speak about our history,
which is definitely unfortunate. And that's why we're going to start doing more history lessons. I'll start trying to get Stone to come on here, because he got not just history, but he got some things in regards to a lot of the people that are like being rearrested from ICE and all that, who are like former January 6ers. So we're going to start getting into a lot more of that a little bit later down the road. And TDG says, I'm familiar with history and learned some new things here. To no surprise, white people want to take from others and claim as their own, while telling those they stole from that they have no culture. And that is true. And what we're going to do is, I want to continue this. We're going to continue in our entertainment section. We don't talk about entertainment a lot on here, but we do watch the shows. We go to the movies. I went to see the Jackson movie, which was fantastic. I'll talk about that in a minute. I went to see that on, what was it? I think it was Sunday or Saturday. I went to see it at that time. But this lady has an analysis of Joe Jackson. She thinks that everybody got it wrong. And you know what? When I listened to the first part of it, because I haven't listened to all of it, I kind of agree with her. So take a look. We'll be right back.
Got a chance to see the movie, Michael. Everybody walked out that movie feeling some kind of lazy conclusion that Joe Jackson was a monster, and I just don't agree. Before you call Joe Jackson the villain, understand the system he was raising those kids inside of. He was dealing with redlining, was faced with housing discrimination and segregation. Even after it was illegal, segregation continued through staring and informal practices. School segregation in northern cities like Gary remained segregated by neighborhood lines. He faced employment discrimination. Even behind the Equal Opportunity Act in 1972, black workers were often last hired, first fired. And then the industrial decline. Gary was a steel town. As industry declined, jobs disappeared, black workers were hit the hardest, and he still was showing up for his sons. See, a lot of us love those soft fathers in theory, but most of us didn't have a father who invested their entire life into our talent. This was a black man in Gary, Indiana, one of the hardest environments in America. He produced, he studied his kids, he trained them, he refined what became a global product. Was he strict? Yes. Was it perfect? No. But let's not act like discipline and vision didn't build the Jackson 5, because everybody wants the outcome, but nobody wants to respect the process. And here's the part that bothers me. These record labels weren't saviors. They were investors. They didn't give a damn about Michael and them personally. The moment Michael Jackson became valuable, the goal was simple. Let's remove the father and control the asset ourselves. Because if Joe is gone, the percentage goes up to what they receive. You know the routine. You know how it goes. Let's separate the black family. That's how it goes. And then people say things like, oh, he was using his children. You mean to tell me the same children that the corporations want to use? You got a problem when your father wants to use your name. But the white man, he can have your name. He can do whatever he wants to with your name. They had his father call him Big Nose in the film. But what they don't share is how Hollywood shaped black identity. They don't share in Hollywood. What happens when black children grow up in a world where whiteness is positioned as standard of beauty and success? That's a psychological conditioning. Watching white folks on TV eating good, living good, having fame, you start to mentally believe that whiteness is the definition of beauty and success. You're not just fixing a nose, you're trying to escape an identity that the world told you was wrong. In the scene where the doctor asks Michael, "You sure you want to do this?" Nigga, please. How many doctors have you ever seen come to you and say, "Do you sure you want to give me some money? Are you sure?" The director of this movie was great. I can't think of his name, but he's a great director. He did an excellent job. But the Jackson 5, Michael Jackson story is not a simple story. It is very layered and perplexed. Joe was a strict father, yes. Michael was a gifted child. This was a black family navigating poverty, pressure, and a system that profits off talent, but never tells the truth about how it did everything in their power to leave black kids for dead. If it wasn't for Joe Jackson, you never get a Michael. You see, a father that says, "Hey, I see that thing that you're doing, you're playing around, but I'm gonna make you be serious about it. I'm gonna make you show up every day for it." I wish we could get the honest version of these music biopics, where the white man is the villain and the black man is the hero. Joe Jackson, he's a hero. I'm not a president with a Z. I'm 100% politically incorrect, and I decode money, power, and culture because ignorance is expensive. If you know that Joe Jackson is the real hero, comment Black fathers. I got a chance to see the movie, Michael.
All right. Comments real quick. Somebody says Joe Jackson is Black history. Another person says he had no blueprint, did the best he could. And another person says Joe is an American hero. Put some respect on his name. I do understand some of the things that she's talking about in terms of that, because when I was in foster care, there was this home they called the Joneses. Nolan Jones was the father. I spoke about him before, but he was this extremely dark Black man with purple lips. And he was so mean. And what he did was he was always talking about how the light-skinned kids, the foster kids there, was going to get the better opportunities. So he would say, "Oh, they're going to get the better opportunities. They're going to be better than y'all. They're going to get this and that. You guys got to worry about this." It was always something negative. And then he was like, "Oh, don't date too dark. You don't want your kids coming out dark." And it was always something in regards to that. And when my caseworker spoke to his wife about it, because other kids, they told their caseworkers, and she was like, "This is just the time that he grew up in. He's used to seeing lighter skinned people, including lighter Black people, pass for white or pass for this, and now that's the world he grew up in for a long time. So he don't see it any other way." And so I kind of see it in terms of that. Now, also, I will agree with them in terms of this, because I heard this from a lot of people. Joe Jackson did push those children in the right direction in terms of, "Hey, this is what this is going to be your ticket up out of here," which he was right. So we got to give him credit somewhere. I do agree with that, but the beatings and all that was excessive. Audience, Nikki, what do you think?
I can see where she was going, but it's that type of rhetoric that has continued to fuck up the Black community, because you're not looking at you're looking at the end result and not what happens to get there. Had he not become Michael Jackson, would we be saying the same thing? But you're still raising your children the same way. There are people right now raising their children just like Joe Jackson did, but they're not going to be the next Michael. So now what? Did he push them? The same thing could be said about Matthew Knowles and Beyonce, but he didn't have to beat her to do it. Now, did they grow up in poverty? No, he may have, but she doesn't know a poor life. They've always been middle class to rich, so she doesn't know that struggle. But the work ethic is still there. The Papa Pope is still in him. So I'm not going to go as far as to say he's an American hero, because at the end of the day, Michael and Janet and some of them had the talent, but at what cost? Yes, he is Michael Jackson, but at what cost to him? And we don't stop and think about that part of the celebrity. We appreciate their talent. We love their talent, but look at what his life was. He didn't have one. He didn't have a childhood. And as a parent, you have to decide, are you raising your child to live out your dreams or theirs? So me personally, with my daughter, whatever she wanted to do, and she switched careers in her lifetime, but at one moment she wanted to do fashion, but she didn't draw. So I said, "Hey, you know what? There are several careers in the fashion industry that don't require you to draw. Let's look at that." Then when she moved towards journalism, okay, there are various areas here. whatever you want to do, I encourage her to do that. I don't like it when we treat our children like they're our meal ticket out. Like we raise these children. If they're boys, okay, you got to put a football and a basketball in their hand in order for them to get out. They might want to be a chef. They might want to be a scientist, but you're putting a ball in their hand because you're teaching them that that's their only way out of here. And it's not, because you can get injured, but your mind is your mind. You can create, you can do all of these other things. But we have to ask ourselves as parents, are you living out your dreams through your child? Or are you helping your child realize their actual dream? If they would have came and said, hey, Dad, we want to sing. And then he was like, okay, if this is what you want, we're going to work hard at it and we're going to do it. But what she's saying, it can be a dangerous game, because this is how we get through the Black community excusing abuse. Because it's always with the, well, I did the best I could with what I had. That excuse stops being good enough. Because that wasn't good enough for me when my parenting, because I was parenting my child the way my parents did me, and it wasn't having a good effect. So at some point, we have to stop using that excuse with, well, it worked for me. Did it really? Because a lot of times I think we as people think that because we can get up every day, we go to work, we have children, we provide for them, and we function in society, that we're okay. And we're not okay, because we haven't dealt with the trauma of growing up. And at some point, the excuse of, well, my parents did that for me, and the white man is against us. At some point, we got to let that go. Because at some point, as parents, we got to take responsibility. I'm not saying be a soft parent, because we know that soft, gentle parenting is not always the way, because you see how that works with white people. But there's a difference between discipline and abuse. And a lot of the shit that Joe Jackson did was more towards abuse than it was discipline. So to call him an American hero, big ass stretch. Did he get his sons and daughters where they needed to be? Yes. But that's what any parent is supposed to do. You don't get, that's what's wrong with a lot of Black parents now. They want fucking kudos for doing shit you're supposed to do anyway. Them 10 children didn't ask to be born. No child asked to be here. So when they come here, yeah, it is your job to clothe them, feed them, and do all of these things for them. And you can't act like it's a fucking chore because you decided to lay down and do what you had to do to get them here. And we have to remember that. So, it's a double-edged sword. But I think in the Black community, we got to let go of the whole, well, you turned out right, so I must have been right. Because that's not how it works. Because it could take an amount of therapy to make that child get right, to see all the things you're doing. And like you say, he was a womanizer. Like, we're not talking about that part. We're not talking about Joe Jackson the hoe. We're not talking about Joe Jackson the manipulator. We're not talking about that. But because his children were successful and they made him some money and they became American icons, okay, well, him being a womanizer, abusive ass Black man, well, we'll let that slide. That's what that says to me. And we got to stop that, because that's how sexual abuse gets swept under the rug in the Black community. That's how verbal and mental and physical abuse gets swept under the rug, because you're looking at the end result. Oh, well, see, you're a doctor now. So me, slapping you around every day, getting your mind right and making you tough. See, I did right. No, because they may have become something not because of you, but in spite of you. And a lot of Black parents that don't do the right thing like to take credit for the end result. And a lot of the times, again, your children become better than you, not because of you, but in spite of you. So I can understand where she was trying to go if you're trying to talk about it in racial terms. But to call him an American hero and shit, no. And Catherine, she ain't no angel either, because you sat there and took that shit. You as a Black mother allowed that man to do that type of shit, and you didn't step in. So you just as culpable as he is. Now that I don't think we talk about enough. We don't get on Catherine's ass enough. But Joe Jackson, a fucking American hero. Now you could go sit down somewhere with that shit.
And KS, my name, said it started with Tito playing around with Joe's guitar. His music career went nowhere, so he saw a second chance in his kids. Interesting. And since we're continuing this music, this is just one of those chill Sundays. We're gonna have some fire in a minute. We just gotta have a little startup in there, get us eased in here. We got some 2 new updates as well. So everybody's favorite girl, Nicki Minaj. So this happened recently, the Mrs. MAGA. They said Nicki Minaj allegedly is divorcing her husband Kenneth after he allegedly got another woman pregnant. Now, they say his reporting address has changed from Nicki's home in Cali to some trap in New York. And somebody put up all the information. You got investigators on social media. They will investigate your life. And they said this being the same account that exposed Klay for cheating 3 months before it came out. So there's a lot of stuff going on with this. And the thing is, this woman comes from overseas. She says the things she says with MAGA, and now she's going through all this stuff. She about to lose her house, and then this is happening. It's you cannot do like dirt to other people and then expect nothing to come back to you. And then in that note as well, this other guy has something to say about punk music and where it actually comes from as well, including other sounds. Take a look.
Let him say it. Punk rock was started by black people. Don Letts is the one credited with bringing the underground Jamaican working class sound to London punk. Without reggae, there would be no punk, but let's not stop there. All the music you've ever heard is because of black people. Without Screamin' Jay Hawkins, we would have no goth music, especially the goth wave of the United States. Without Leadbelly, we wouldn't have grunge or Nirvana. Muddy Waters invented rock and roll. Bessie Smith and Ma Rainey invented the blues, which then turned into country. Not to mention who was on all the chain gangs being recorded used for said country music that never got paid for the royalties. Let him say it. Punk rock was started by black people. Don Letts is the one credited.
So I want to know what y'all thought about these 2 things, because there's actually a woman. She was I forgot her. I think she was in grunge. She was the reason why Nirvana, black woman, got started. Actually, I forgot her name, but they were talking about her a lot. But she was one of the reasons why that Nirvana got started. Nirvana, everybody always talk about Nirvana. Smells like Teen Spirit. That's the person that got them popular, but she never got credit for it. And Ska's another one. And they're trying to say, oh, this is a white skater. Y'all don't create nothing. Y'all take from us and then put your names on it. And because white folks want to see white folks doing it, it's just like what you see on like TikTok. They'll see a black person do it. We'll do the video. What will happen is they would limit our content, give it to the white creator, and the white creator will make millions of views off of it. Y'all don't create. Y'all just come and take and destroy. So I want to know what y'all think of these 2 as well.
Same thing as with country. All of our music, all of the music in the popular zeitgeist comes from black people, black origin, whether it be black American, African, it doesn't matter. It's not white. And they just take it, they colonize it, and then repackage it. Like, if you tweak a little one thing to it, then white people, created it, because there's this thing that only black people can do certain things. So you wouldn't associate black people with punk music until you saw like I think the band is Living Color. Until you saw that, until you see it you don't associate us with it, which is, I'm glad I grew up the way that I did, because my grandma made it very important for me to understand art and music. I wasn't limited from that world of art and entertainment, because she wanted me to see that just because we lived in the hood, there's a world outside of that. And then we need to know what that looks like, and that we are in all these other places. So I grew up watching, just because we had BET, that doesn't mean, okay, I just had to watch that. We had BET, we had MTV, we had VH1. So you see all of these different things, but you don't see us on MTV and VH1. So when you see these rock and all this stuff, you associate it with white people. But I had records, so I could listen to certain type of music and see the people that's making this type of music. And it's very important that that's what we need to have. It's good to have Ebony and Essence and all of this stuff, but we need to read other magazines and see what else is out there, so that when we're in those spaces, we can correct people, and you can say, this, and You know, when you think about ballet, you don't think about Alvin Ailey and all that. You just automatically associate it with the Nutcracker and some white shit. Or when you think classical music, it's Beethoven, and you know, you don't think about Leontine Price and all of these other things, because they want you to think when you hear a certain genre, you have to associate it with whiteness. And we are only relegated to rap and hip hop and R&B and blue. We're only relegated to these tiny things when in actuality we create all the genres. So I think that's what it's always been, to visually separate Black people from these genres, so that younger Black people, because I used to get teased, oh, you like white people stuff, and it's like, no, this is actually Black stuff. But you don't know that, because you seem to think that all we can do is rap and hip hop and R&B. So you're putting yourself down to say that we can only do these things. But when in actuality, we're the reason for all of it. And that's always been, but that was the goal, to visually separate Black people from these things, so that when you see or you hear certain things, you only think of white people. You only think a certain role could be played by a white person, or certain music can only be created by a white person, when in actuality, it was a Black person, or certain roles have been for Black people, but you make them a white person, you know, because you think it's going to sell better, or it's going to be marketed better and things like that. So it goes to show that we're always the blueprint for everything. Despite what white people say, we're still a blueprint, because regardless of the fact they're not creating it, somebody else always is.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I always tell people. I said, you know, like I stated before, I think Black people just need our own space. We need to. I really believe in like that Wakanda thing. We need a shield, build us a protective dome, and the rest of the world can have it. Because I'm like, without us, I don't think they're going to have anything. They won't be able to create. And you know, I was watching something the other day, and they were talking about Egypt, and Egypt is not where most of the pyramids are built. They're built more closer to South Africa and Namibia and stuff. So that's what I tell people. You know, when you look at history, it doesn't look well for especially white folks in general at all. And also, so what we're going to do now, we are going to go into, I don't know what's up with the Latin people, why they still focused on us when ICE is after you guys, y'all being deported. They got all these anti-birthright citizenship laws and stuff. So not sure what's really going on here, but it's like they're so focused on us. So take a look. We'll be right back.
This Latina woman, Linda Catalina, goes on to say, just learned that Cactus Club Cafe in Miami ended their happy hour and are enforcing a dress code because a certain demographic couldn't behave. Then you go to the comments, you see this picture and post, and you see her like it. And you know exactly who the fuck she's talking about. You Latinas and Latinos are way too comfortable being anti-fucking Black for my liking. Especially Latinas and Latinos from fucking Miami. Is this something in the water that makes y'all extra fucking racist or something? And then these are the same people, when the government finally turns on Latinos and Latinas, they go and say, where are the Black people? Why aren't they helping us protest against ICE? Why aren't Black people helping us? We helped them with Black Lives Matter. And it's like, time and time again, y'all show your anti-Blackness. Then we haven't even discussed how often and comfortable you guys are saying the N-word. And it's like, as long as y'all continue to portray white supremacy and be anti-Black, a lot of Black people are going to be keeping their distance from Latinas and Latinos, because a lot of you are racist and a lot of you guys are okay accepting that, because you are still friends and family members with these people to this day. So being anti-Black isn't a deal breaker to a lot of Latinos and Latinas. And as long as you have people like this, a lot of Black people are going to keep their distance, because this is just flat out racist.
And then going from that to this, they want us to march with them. They want us to do these things for them. But then you turn around and you do this. And she looked like, built like SpongeBob, up in the store, racially profiling Black women. Take a look. We'll be right back.
Standing here watching me scan my groceries, telling me I forgot to scan my own apple juice, and you clearly see we're still scanning groceries. So mind your fucking business. What are we talking about? Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Bitch, you said it. I don't need no motherfucking doctor, bitch.
You're having a meltdown.
No, I'm not having a
Okay,
meltdown.
we don't need you to be passive aggressive. You need to stop. You know, hold on, Jaden, stop. We shop here all. Yes, we do this all the time. Hold on. We come to the store all the time. I pay respectfully because you're being passive aggressive, bitch, and we pay for our groceries here all the time. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Y'all been standing here watching us as we're standing the entire time. You're being calm because you're being passive aggressive. Baby, we could do that too.
You see how she walked away? What are you talking about?
I'm on that type of time always, so let me know right now.
You're standing here watching me scan my groceries, telling me I forgot to scan my racist.
I could show you aggressive. Girl, we could do that right here. I could show you aggressive.
No, I got a release. Check her.
I'm not checking anybody right now.
Yeah, cause check her. Because I'm about this close to whooping some fucking ass. I'm about this close. This close. This close. This close. This close. This close. Yeah, bitch, I'm on that type of time. What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that?
Y'all right. I moved her.
Ain't racist.
This is what y'all do.
Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Leave them alone.
This is exactly what you do. Why the fuck did you come outside, ho? Why the fuck did you come outside?
Why are you still over here? Now I'm getting fucking pissed
Because this is what they do. Antagonize the situation and then play victim. Stupid ass.
I'm already on paper.
So to come out, Latins, we say this all the time on FTP. We good. Hispanics, we good. Spanish, we good. This is what we be talking about here. ICE is literally right now dragging you out of houses. There was just a new report that came out. Somebody was showing it, and they showed that some of these detention centers, they have a new detention center where there are children as young as 13 also getting pregnant as well, beaten, molested, etc. You have the women's detention because they separate the men. They over there getting pregnant. Latin people. Y'all are worried about the wrong things. Y'all got to be worried about ICE. Y'all need to be worried about this birthright citizenship thing being revoked and all that stuff. Black people is not the fight that y'all trying to fight with. Why don't y'all take that to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? Why don't y'all go take that to the ICE detention centers? They just built, they just have another office downtown LA that they just built for ICE. So that's going to be a more of an ICE facility for most of their officers. So I keep telling everybody, especially Latins and these Latin women in particular, when they come for you, Black people won't be there to help you. We just not. Nikki, audience, what do you think?
Yes, that second video was entirely too much talking. I would have gotten my groceries. I would let the bitch sit there and watch. Gotten my groceries. Now, when you come outside there, or when you come up to me, that's when we're gonna have a problem. But I would have called ICE right then and there. You on the phone, bitch? I can make a call too. Like that's what it is right there. I'm like I said, that post on Facebook still going. Every time I see a comment, I'm not even responding to it because all they're doing in that comment section is showing their anti-blackness. And when y'all start getting wrangled the fuck up, because y'all love to say, we don't need Black people. We don't need y'all. Bring the chains back. Okay, no problem. When they bring them zip ties on your ass, when they shipping y'all the fuck off somewhere, keep Black people name out your mouth. You want to say nigga so bad? Keep niggas' names out your motherfucking mouth. Because what they saying in that comment section is, oh, we got free will. We say it every day. Y'all might say nigga to each other every day, but y'all not going to random Black people that you don't fucking know and calling them niggas. We could cease and desist on that bullshit right fucking now. Y'all not doing that. And you know you're not doing it. Because it'd be a whole different fucking ball game. It's easy to say what you would do behind this motherfucking keyboard, bitch. Fuck all that. Say the shit in real life. You see, nigga didn't come out her mouth over there. She kept it real fucking player. You was being racist, but you knew what fucking time it was. So when they start rounding y'all the fuck up, keep niggas' name out your goddamn mouth, okay? Keep us out your mouth. Because you want to say nigga, but y'all be the first ones to say I know black. So which the fuck one is it? Because you can't have it both ways. Because when they start getting y'all together even more than they doing now, I'm gonna pull out the receipts. I'm gonna pull up that post. Here go your people. This is what your people had to say about me and mine. And I'm gonna walk the fuck off. One thing about me, I keep a motherfucking receipt. I keep a receipt. And that's exactly what the fuck I'm gonna pull on you bitches. A motherfucking receipt of how anti-black y'all are. Don't ask us for shit. Don't ask us for nothing. Get on that motherfucking boat and mind your motherfucking business, okay? Don't say shit. Cross that motherfucking border, climb that fucking wall, that half-built ass wall. I don't give a fuck. Leave us alone. I ain't got shit for you. They can come collect you, abuela, abuelo, mama, papa, all that shit. Come get your ass and get the fuck out of here. Take you and your MAGA merch wherever the fuck y'all came from. Wherever the fuck y'all came from. I don't want to hear it no more. Because y'all show y'all anti-blackness every fucking chance you get. And then the minute they start rounding y'all up, it's we. Well, we shouldn't be on this. Oh, they want this is not the time to be divisive. Oh, so it's never the time for black people. We always divisive, but it's all the time in the world for y'all to be anti-black. We got time for that shit. We got time for niggas. We got time for people of color to be anti-black. We got time for white people to be racist and anti-black. But when black people say, fuck that, we didn't have enough, all of a sudden we're divisive. Well, you know what? I'll be a divisive ass bitch. That's what I am, divisive, okay? I'm divisive. Because I'm not putting up with it no more. I don't give a fuck. They can take you. They can take them kids. They can do whatever the fuck. They ain't knocking on my goddamn door. They knocking on your shit. They ain't coming to mine. Y'all will leave. Y'all talk about how great y'all are, but you leave your own fucking country to come here. If y'all so fucking great, why don't you stay over there and make it fucking greater? If Cuba is so fucking great, then why y'all ain't over there keeping the motherfucking lights on?
They in darkness.
It's darker than the bitch. So everybody a nigga over there right now. So what we gonna do? If it's so great, if Dominican, if all these places are so motherfucking great, then stay your ass over there and be fucking great. Why the fuck you coming over here? If it's so fucking great, why you leaving being a doctor over here to come and clean a goddamn hotel room in America? If it's so fucking great over there. And then you want to be here. When they talking about the ghettos and urban areas and shit, they ain't talking about niggas. They talking about y'all, because guess what? Latinos outnumber black and white people. So when they talking about the urban areas and the crime and all that shit, they talking about y'all, because it's more y'all in poor neighborhoods than it is of y'all in affluent neighborhoods. It's more black people in affluent neighborhoods than it is Latino people, even though y'all make up more of the population. And since y'all make up more of the population, that means the majority of you motherfuckers are poor, because y'all ain't in the 1%. Not only are y'all poor, but y'all unaccounted for. And then you motherfuckers that can't vote and unaccounted for still got the motherfucking audacity to be fucking racist and anti-black. So you know what? Fuck y'all. That's the attitude. That's the attitude. I don't want to hear no more about black and brown unity. In certain neighborhoods where that's some kumbaya shit, hey, more power to you. But that's not how it is everywhere, and we're not going to act like it is. Because I'm tired of this rewritten ass narrative that black and brown has always been like this, and y'all know that's some bullshit. Because black and brown ain't never been like this, because the brown people too busy trying to get to the white side. And the gag is, you niggas are brown. You're fucking brown. You ain't gonna never get to the white side. I don't give a fuck how straight your hair is. I don't give a fuck. They know you when they fucking see you. And they know one thing a white person know is when you're not fully white. You gotta be on your Haley Steinfeld shit the past days, okay? And y'all can't do it. You can't even let that accent go long enough to fucking pass for white. You can put all the motherfucking peroxide in your hair if you want to. You can wear contacts, you can do all that shit. But that heavy ass accent ain't going no fucking way. You're not fooling no fucking body. You're gonna be a guest at best or a servant at worst. That's it. You're not getting equality at that fucking table. And since they gutted the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, If they got the Civil Rights Act, you motherfuckers on the next thing smoking. Adios. That's the only fucking words I got for adios, amigo. That's the fucking it. That's it. Hey. Cause y'all want to be anti-black. Then when we get anti-Latino, anti-Hispanic, then y'all gonna have some shit to say. We don't walk around wanting to say wetback. We don't walk around wanting to say spit. We don't give enough of a fuck to even think about no shit like that. But y'all, we say nigga every day. Okay, but you're not saying it to us. That's the problem. Say it to us. I want y'all to say it to us. Since y'all about that motherfucking life, say it to us. Don't say it to yourselves. Don't say it to the niggas that made you think it's okay to say it to them. No. I want y'all to come to some people y'all don't fucking know. I want y'all to go up to niggas you don't know at all. And I want you to try that shit. And I want you to see how the fuck it's gonna work out. Cause see, maybe that's what y'all need. Y'all can be, we stand with Ashley Gonzalez. Okay, stand with her ass in the goddamn deportation line. Stand with her ass over there. Stand with her ass over there in Alligator Alcatraz when you motherfuckers ain't getting fed. You can't wash your ass. You can't eat. Matter of fact, you can't get food because you're too busy being the fucking food. That's what y'all want? No fucking problem. Since that's the cost of doing business, the cost of being white, have the fuck at it. Because we already told you. So I'm not saying nothing else. Y'all can act like you could say I'm being mean. I don't give a fuck. They could separate y'all from y'all families. That's what the fuck you voted for. You voted to be white. This is the price. This is the price you pay for fucking wanting to be white. They don't see you the same way. Don't bring your ass over here. Don't ask us where the fuck we at. Every time you want to ask where black people are, remember your anti-blackness. Because y'all love to say, black people, y'all can't stick together. Y'all can't do this. Y'all can't stick together. Because we're not going to act like it ain't anti-blackness within your fucking community. The light ones don't like the dark ones. Because you're so busy trying to be fucking white. Y'all don't address the anti-blackness in your community, but you worry about what the fuck we doing over here. We don't care about what y'all got going over there because we already know what's happening. They can't get rid of us the way they can get rid of you. They gonna have to kill us. They try to get us the fuck up out of here. But they can't just up and deport niggas. They can't do that. They can do that to y'all, and that's why you upset. Because at any given moment, somebody can knock on your door, papers or not, and snatch you the fuck up out of here. And if you live in a black neighborhood and all eyes is on you and ain't nobody saying shit, that's exactly what it's gonna be like. I'm not saying nothing. Let me walk past. I'm gonna do to y'all what y'all do to y'all own. Because when ICE be whooping y'all ass, you same Latinos will walk right the fuck on by. All y'all do is film shit. I film you. You don't never step in. You don't never step in and say, hey, get off of them. Do that. It's more y'all than it is of the ICE people, and y'all won't even step the fuck in. But you want everybody else to give a fuck. You don't get to be anti-black. You don't get to tell us that they need to put us back in chains and then turn right the fuck back around and ask us for some fucking help. Nah, fuck that. Since you so much better than us, negotiate with the white man to get whatever the fuck it is you need to get. Since you think the white man allows you to come here, go negotiate with them. Go negotiate with the same people that's trying to get you the fuck up out of here. Don't ask black people to help on behalf of no fucking body. I ain't helping nobody but my people. That's the fuck it. You could say I'm prejudiced. You could say whatever the fuck you want. If you ain't black, I don't have no parts of it. I know POC, I black. So all that other shit, I don't want to hear it. And this don't go to everybody. If it don't apply, let it the fuck fly. If you feel some type of way about it, then you the bitch I'm talking to. At which point, I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. That's for the people watching now and the people that's going to watch this shit when I post the clip. Don't come in my comment section writing the motherfucking Magna Carta because I ain't reading all that shit. Keep it light.
And speaking of that, just to continue on with the Latinos, this guy put up this chart because, like I stated before, they're worried about the wrong things. They worried about the wrong things. Take a look. We'll be right back.
Cubans are being denied at nearly 100% for green card applications and are being arrested at nearly 500% by ICE. Those are the numbers that are coming out from a new study by the Cato Institute. Out of all the immigrant groups that are being hurt by the Trump administration, Cubans are amongst the worst affected. And I'm not sure if Cubans are aware that this is happening to their brethren here in the country? Because while Trump's approval amongst Latinos is plummeting, it is still very high within the Cuban community. While Trump has dropped 48 points with Puerto Ricans, 39 points with Mexicans, he has gone up 23 points with Cubans. This is very troubling because his support amongst Cubans keep going up the more he keeps hurting them. Cubans in the US really think that Donald Trump is trying to help them because he's crippling Cuba's economy. And they hope that in the process, this means that the communist government will fall. The oil blockade is still happening, but those who are suffering the most are the people. So Trump is creating a humanitarian crisis in Cuba, approving almost no green card applications for Cubans in the US and putting more of them in detention centers. So it's hard to believe that as more Cubans suffer, more Cubans in the US are cheering this on.
And that's why I said we staying out of it. We absolutely staying out. We're not going there with y'all no more. This is also what y'all need to be worried about. Y'all worried about us, worry about this. Take a look.
There's a viral clip going around of a lady who seems inebriated and is shouting at people, angry at them for, I guess, speaking Spanish and then saying Trump's going to deport you.
You go back to your country. Illegal immigrants. Illegal immigrants. Can't wait till Trump deports. Go home. Leave our country. Oh, so you're ICE. Oh, you know what? You fucking nasty old bitch sucking from my system. You never fucking paid one dime in taxes here.
What on
that right there, that lady screaming is exactly what I used to put up with in Kansas all the time. And that will be at work. That's not even outside of work. We used to have to put up with that. White women like that screaming and yelling at customers. And they going after, she's cussing at these Spanish or Hispanics or whatever. That's who y'all need to be fighting. That's who y'all need to be worried about. Black people is not the ones. And then take a look at this.
Officers shot a man 7 times but still couldn't kill him, so now they're punishing him for it. Before I tell you what's going on, I am literally on my knees begging you to like, comment, share, repost, anything you can possibly do to get the word out. We hold the power to make a difference, and I'll tell you why. Carlos Mendoza was pulled over on April 3rd by Turlock Police Department for a cracked windshield. The police department lied about how many cars they sent, and you will never guess what happened next. 4 days later, at 6 in the morning, there was an unmarked ICE vehicle parked outside of his house waiting for him to leave so they could follow.
Go review that one later. It's on our shorts. But pretty much ICE is plotting. They're waiting outside the houses. They're waiting outside the schools. And you Latin people, again, worried about Black people. And then this one, take a look. We'll be right back.
I support Ashley Gonzalez. Regardless of how you feel as a Black American, Latinos can say whatever we want. Black Americans try to force us into their white versus Black mentality. Like, if you're going to come at me and say or be upset because I said the N-word, I don't give a f. I truly don't give a f. So ultimately, I don't think that Black people have any right to tell any Latino or indigenous person how to speak on their own land.
We have to unite. In the United States, Hispanics in the United States, we have to unite. At the end of the day, regardless if you're Mexican, if you're Dominican, if you're Bolivian, if you're Argentinian, if you are a Cuban, Colombian, we are all Hispanics. We have each other. In the Hispanic community is that we have a percentage of people that want to kiss the ass of other groups. I don't understand why, whether it's the Hispanics that want to kiss the ass of Black Americans and they believe that they have to be accepted or validated to sit at a table. I don't know why they want to sit at a table, because at the end of the day, I'm a Hispanic and I have to look out for my people.
Honestly, the Latinos that are asking the Black community for forgiveness because of Ashley Gonzalez, I think they're ridiculous. They have never lived around Black people. They treat us bad. They assault us. They assault our street vendors. And like right now, they're making videos, hundreds of videos saying that we're the same as Ashley, that they support ICE. They've been saying that they support ICE for a long time.
I stand behind everything Ashley Gonzalez says 100%. It's a shame what they're doing to that woman. They know they're wrong. That woman has a reason for feeling how she felt, and that's not being addressed. And it's sick.
And again, another one bites the dust. How many videos am I going to have to make to tell you if you don't look like me, but you think because you're not black, it's not going to happen to you? It's going to happen to you. And the irony is your proximity to whiteness is never going to save you, and the call is always going to come from inside the house. Let's not forget that just a week and a half ago, they found a 19-year-old Latino boy hanging outside of a police department in Washington, D.C. We will never like you. We will never accept you. We will use you. We will abuse you. And then we will toss you aside. She's a dead woman walking.
Baby, and that's from a white woman. I'm telling y'all, somebody in the comments says 1 month ago, they were crying and asking the black community to stand with them against ICE. Now this. Another person says, you would not be here if it wasn't for black Americans. And somebody says, everyone is obsessed with black people. This is my thing. I showed you all those things that what's happening to them in Cuba. You know, all of the deportation things that's happening. Cubans are the most affected, and they're still voting for him. So my thing is, why do we need to march for something that you support? If you support this administration, you support what's happening to your own people or Spanish speakers or whatever you want to call it, why is black people involved in y'all mess? Y'all support, you're voting for your support. And your support is sending you to Alligator Alcatraz, turn off lights in Cuba and starving the people over there. They actually, social media, they took down all the videos for anything associated with Cuba. You can't even find it no more. So now you have to see people like post it real quick and then they'll hurry up and take it down. They over there starving. In the street, can't eat nothing, but y'all worried about black people. And you're voting for this administration that you support. And the other thing is this, the ladies in the second part after that guy talked, she says assault. I can tell you this, South LA looked like Little Tijuana. It looks a mess. So when you go down Central Avenue is like very heavily Mexican. Alameda is all over, but definitely there, they got tents all across the store. So even in front of the store, so you're out there will be Publix. They got tents lined up all on the sidewalk. So people have to walk around their tents just to cross the street. It's literally blocking the sidewalk. Then they across the street from there, nothing but tents. Then they got their food trucks, and it trash is everywhere. There's boxes of stuff like they don't even. What they do is when they take out the stuff from the boxes, they'll just throw it and leave it there, discard it, and then the boxes and everything just sit there and pile up. So it looks like Tijuana mixed with a junkyard. That's how bad the city looks in South LA. So when they're talking about assault and dirty, nobody does it like y'all. Black people don't even bother y'all. Black people had this tiny little corner over here, and y'all decided to come over here and call the police on them. And y'all have the whole city.
Exactly. So that you're saying that we assault the vendors, but you don't talk about how y'all will make calls to get black vendors taken away. Mm-hmm. Notice in that first video, you're not going to tell us we can't say the N-word, so why didn't you say nigga? See what I'm saying? You said that we're not going to tell you what to say, so why don't you say it? You know that clip with Delroy Lindo? You know you want to say it. I'll say it with you. That's the shit I'm talking about. Y'all not about that life. Y'all not about that life. And you know what? We've always known that this is how white people and people of color feel about us. But what's different this time around is that for the first time in a very long time, black people have collectively set a boundary. That boundary being that we are not fighting for you anymore. We are taking this shit out. If this is what you voted for, we're going to sit back and let you reap the benefits of what you voted for. And this is why you're seeing a lot of anti-blackness more so than you did before. This is why they out and proud with it. Because what do they always say with psychology? When you set a boundary, the people that don't like it, the people that reject your boundaries are the people that benefited from you not having any. Y'all have benefited for decades, for centuries of black people not having boundaries, for us always giving you grace, for us always turning the other cheek, for the forgiveness, for looking at the bigger picture, for being the bigger person. Y'all have always had those qualities of blackness to lean on, meaning y'all could fuck us over at every turn, but hey, I know them niggers gonna ride for me either way because I'm not white. That's what y'all lean into. And since black people have told y'all, we're not helping you out anymore because you don't respect us, you don't listen to us. Now how you really feel is coming on full display. This is why white people are upset that black people are not protesting. Oh, well, this is going to happen to you too. It happened to us first because y'all did it to us. What the fuck are you talking about? You, a white person, can't tell us that we next when y'all did it to us first. But you're starting to see that from white people, especially white women. Because if one thing a black woman gonna always be there, has always been there for, is a fucking white woman. And now y'all are standing on your fucking own and you don't know how to navigate that. A lot of y'all are standing without black assistance and you don't know how to navigate that because you don't see us as people. You see us as laborers. And right now, we are not giving you our labor. We're not giving you physical labor. We're not giving you emotional labor. We're not giving you mental labor. We're not giving y'all financial labor. And you pissed off about it. This is how you see the real them. This is how y'all felt the whole time about us. What y'all saying now, this ain't no overnight shit. This is how you felt. But now that you know that you can't lean on us for support anymore, you don't have to toe that line. But this is the consequence of your actions. Being loud and proud with your fucking racism, with your bigotry, with your anti-blackness, we're not doing it no more. So since you don't need us, since it's better for us to be in chains, when y'all get put in chains, I want you to have that same fucking energy. When they getting y'all the fuck up out of here, when they telling you to go back where the fuck you came from, I want you to have that same fucking energy that you have about us towards yourself, because you're not going to have it towards white people. And you can feel how you want to feel about it. Fuck all of y'all. I don't know how many variations I could say it. Let me find Google Translate and say this shit in habla español. However the fuck you say in Spanish, that's what the fuck I mean. I don't care. If I see some shit going on with y'all, I don't care. Who did you vote for? Don't give that's the question. Who the fuck did you vote for? And if you got to stumble at the beginning of that shit, you getting what y'all Cubans in Miami is getting y'all ass handed to you, and you still got his approval, and you still want his approval. He's denying you entry into the motherfucking country. He is basically crippling your fucking country. And you still giving him your fucking approval. At that point, that's Stockholm syndrome. Y'all got if that's who you want to be with, go right on ahead and do that shit. But black people, stand your ground. We're not doing it. You don't get to call us every name in the book. You don't get to be anti-black and then ask us for our help. And to you niggas that can't wait to go and help them out, when they turn on you, because trust and believe, if there was a person they could call, like how you got ICE for them, if they had an organization, if the Klan had a 1-800 number, they'd be calling that motherfucker every second, every hour on the goddamn hour. Just know that. If the Klan had a 1-800 number, 1-800-KKK, 1-800 nigger, they'd be dialing that motherfucker. They'd know that motherfucker before they learn English. Same shit.
And moving over into a little bit different direction from that, but also still on the same thing. We still gotta, deal with everybody else and shit. So, once the Latins is done, then we gotta deal with the whites, and once the whites is done, we gotta deal with Asians. And we've done nothing to any of you guys. Like, absolutely zero. I don't even know how to process it, because I'm just like, they got all these things happening right now, and where to focus. Cuba's in darkness right now. I think you guys need to go look. They're in darkness. Food is not growing. No cars can run. Oil is like completely like that. And when I went to Cuba before, they only do trash once a month. So trash will be in, like, usually by somebody's house. That's just the way it is. And it would just be piled up with these bins. And everybody just throws their trash over there. And the dogs be over there eating it. And then the cats is in there. It looks gross. But let's take a look at this. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Dumbass.
I hate.
Yo, it's my nigga. The Supreme Court just made it constitutional for elections to discriminate against black people. And ironically, that decision is directly connected to the recent string of streamers, nerds, cops, and white teenagers saying the N-word. They changed the Voting Rights Act, which was passed.
And y'all could go look at that. Also, this is, I think it was an Indian store clerk, and they just as bad as well. That's why when all that stuff goes over there in India, or when there's a Gandhi Part 2 that happens, we stay in silent. Take a look.
Had to wipe his rear
On the grass.
on the grave.
Embarrassed, humiliated,
That's what a 13-year-old boy is feeling right now after he came here to this fuel depot in the Sunnyside neighborhood of Houston after school. He needed to use the restroom. Not just needed, it was an emergency. But the guy working in there allegedly said no. And the kid had no other choice but to come around here and use the bathroom outside. And here's the worst part of this entire story. The clerk working in there recorded on the security cameras, and then on top of that, made posters, putting them on the front of the store, and then shared the video with this kid's classmates. Yes, disgusting, gross. Those aren't my words. That's grandma's words. Take a listen.
Feel bad, and to see my grandson sad every day like that, I feel real bad for him. I started crying when I seen that video and looked at him in his eyes.
On Wednesday, community activists Candace Matthews and Quan LX showing up here, effectively pretty much shutting down the store, demanding to speak with the owner of the store. It was about 45 minutes or so that they were here. They want answers. They don't understand why somebody would do this, especially to a young boy.
Appalling, shocking, disgraceful. This man should be indicted.
Yep.
He sexually exploited one of our children, made fun of him, and set the kid up to be exploited. When he told that young boy, you cannot use the restroom. That poor child came into a brand new store with brand new restrooms. He told him you can't use the restroom, then took the recording, told him to go around the back and take a poop, recorded the kid taking the poop. Then when the kids got out of school, from Addicts Middle School right here, he was showing them the video laughing. Then he took a picture, a still picture, and put it on the front door of this baby naked, making fun of his genitalia.
But then another thing that was shown on the video, this child had to wipe his rear
on the grass. That is
like, that is inhumane if you ever want to see it.
Now, you might be wondering, this is a...
Ooh, baby. This is what we be talking about here. And then when somebody whoop the store's clerk butt, or he ends up, missing, then everybody's like, oh, I'm so shocked to treat a child like that and do that and then film it and then show his that. I keep telling y'all, we got some sick people, and I bet you it's one of those cookie mark East Indians. I'm more than sure than that, because that's how they get down in India. If you ever looked at India, let me tell you this is what's interesting about it. They always talking about other people, other cultures, right? But you can go to YouTube right now. They take a public bath in this big river, and the river is brown, and there's trash over here. The dolls is licking and pooping up. That's what they're bathing in. They blame white folks for it, but I'm like, okay, that was a long time ago. Now you see social media that shows you how to clean your butt. Why y'all still doing it? They're used to doing stuff like that, and to do that to a child, no. I hope they got a huge lawsuit coming. Nikki, audience, what do you think?
Now, shout out real quick to Rob, our first donation of the day via Venmo. So thank you, Rob. We appreciate you so much.
Thanks,
Yeah, it's just this is how they treat us. And so, like we've been saying, you can't get upset with black. We're not turning the other cheek anymore. I don't know about the rest of you niggas, but I was never on that type of time anyway. To begin with, the only way I'm the bigger person is in size. That's the fuck it. Other than that, my pettiness was activated in the fucking womb. You know what? People, you go low, I'm taking you to the devil's anus. I don't give a fuck. I'm not playing with people. I wasn't playing with people before the election. I'm not playing with you motherfuckers now. If that's how you want to be, we could do that. It's no problem with me. If that's where you want to take it, we could take it there. Just have that same energy. I'm okay with that. Ain't shit you could do to hurt my feelings. You could say, you ain't calling it to my face. That's all I don't give a fuck about you calling me fat. You can call me every variation of fat, bitch. I eat good. What the fuck do you want me to do? What the fuck you want me to do? Stop? No. I don't care. That type of shit right there, you shouldn't have. Those type of people shouldn't have stores. You hate black people, but look where the fuck you set up your stores. You hate us so much. But I don't see you putting no convenience stores. I don't see you putting no fucking quickie marts in the white neighborhoods because they don't want you there. They will give you money, but they don't want you in their part of town. So just like the song says, you hate us, but you need us. You got to make it make sense. Because if every black person went away, you motherfuckers wouldn't have businesses. And white people know what they're doing. They will give y'all the money before they give a black person money to put a black business in a black neighborhood. They'll give people of color all the small business loans to come set up shop in black neighborhoods. They'll do it. And then y'all turn around and say, we can't have anything. We can't have anything because y'all are here. But we're not allowed to say that shit. Black people, I'm tired of us giving grace in spaces where grace is not, grace should not be entitled and not expected. I'm not doing that shit no more. I'm gonna treat y'all how the fuck you treat us. If that's what we gotta do, then that's what the fuck we gotta do. I'm not here with open arms or none of that shit because you ain't doing the same thing with us. So I'm not doing the same thing with y'all. We already know how you see us, so we gonna move accordingly. Don't ask us for no shit since y'all don't need us. Since you go out of your way to say that you don't need us, when they start whooping your ass. Because they already done started, but when it gets worse, because it's about the Gestapo is Gestapoing, okay? This shit, it might have seemed like they taking a break for a minute, but they ain't taking no break. They ramping the fuck up. And when they start ramping up, and you motherfuckers gonna be the new Anne Frank, I don't want to hear shit. Go hide in that motherfucker. You better go hide in that fucking efficiency and make it the fuck work. Go hide in that goddamn garage. Make it the fuck work. But I'm telling you right now, you call me, you fuck with me, I'm calling ICE. Don't do it right, do it white. The same people y'all trying to be like, that's who I'm gonna be like. I'm gonna get my white bitch on. I'm gonna get my motherfucking Karen on. Hello? I got my customer service voice ready. This is Karen. I'd like to report Guadalupe. Come get her the fuck up out of here.
Guadalupe.
All type of shit. I'm here to report Guadalupe, Guillermo, Consuelo, Carlos, all you motherfuckers. Come and get them. I'm going to tell you right where they at. I don't give a fuck. Because like I said, if the Klan had a 1-800 number, you bitches be calling. And not even thinking about the fact that when you call, they going to round you the fuck up too.
That part. And, you know, and speaking of something else, we are going to go into our politics section. And I know that the price is not pricing no more. I think our gas on certain areas of California, like, you know, it's usually by the highway. So the highway usually it's usually $1 or $2 more, but it's like some places like at $8, $9. So I don't know where it is where y'all are at, but we're going to definitely discuss this. But also they're changing the ethanol in the gas as well. And I want you guys to take a look at this. We will be right back.
Just filled up my tank 3 days ago. How is it empty? Because it's not gasoline. The government just added a shit ton more ethanol to the gas. Now the gasoline that we buy is 15% ethanol. I thought the limit was 10. Well, now it's 15. And we're just diluting the gasoline so that we can make it cheaper for you by 10 to 20 cents. But they've raised the price like by $1. How is making it 10 to 20 cents less and making it more harmful for our cars to process going to help? We're going to have to take all of our cars to the mechanic. That's going to cost more in the long run. That sounds like girl math to me. It's not logic. Look, my car was 20 miles per gallon. Now it's 16 miles per gallon. It's eating up the fuel faster. This is not making sense as far as economic. Okay, you're right. There's just something weird going on in the Middle East right now that we have absolutely no control over. We're victims. I'm so sick of this. There are ways to power a car. Didn't that one guy make a water-powered car? Whatever happened to him? He's dead. Mysteriously. Because the Predator class is really into oil, and they need to keep you buying it. I just filled up my tank 3 days ago. How is it empty? Because it's not gasoline.
And people are feeling it. I mean, gas is high. And then also, you know, Nikki and us always talk about this on the show a lot, but you MAGA, especially MAGA white women, I just got done watching, well, I'm still watching The Testament, but I watched The Handmaid's Tale. Y'all thinking these white men playing with you? You better go watch. You better watch The Handmaid's Tale. Now this lady's here crying about her medical bills when she should have been focused on that instead of worrying about trans people. Take a look.
I'm getting bills in the mail nearly every single week. Here's another bill for $1,261. What's the description for? Actually, it doesn't even say.
But girl, let's clear a few things up. You supported your own demise.
again. You actively support an administration that passed things like the One Big Beautiful Bill, which made healthcare prices go up for millions of Americans directly and indirectly. It just so happens to be affecting you now. Because this is part of a whole domino effect. When hospitals lose Medicaid funding, they only have a few choices. They can close, lay people off, or raise prices to make up for the funds they lost. It's also well documented that when hospitals close, surviving hospitals increase their prices because there's fewer options and less leverage for insurance providers to negotiate lower prices. And that's if they can get care at all. Riley, I know we're just talking about your problems, but consider that Trump's policies have created care deserts, so many expectant mothers are left without access to care at all. Fewer options for care, and it's more expensive. That's what this administration you support has accomplished so far.
I'm getting billed.
And then one last thing, this guy, he's sitting here talking about his electric bill. Now, remember, with this whole big, beautiful bill and all these things that happened, a lot of energy companies, what they were doing is that they were taking credits. So from your taxes as a collective, they would pay some of the energy bill costs and it will make your bill lower. But when they cancel those credits for gas and electricity, everybody's bill went up. And then also they just charge it for anything. So take a look at this. We'll be right back.
I live alone. There is no reason why my 1 month bill should be $675 when the house is pitch black. When we talk about these data centers, there is no question that the reason why our bills are as high as they are is because you've got these multi-billion-dollar corporations, Meta, Amazon, who come into our communities, who take all of their money and use it, don't pay a dime in taxes, and this is why our bills are the way that they are. We are making all the concessions as consumers in terms of what we can do to lower our bill. Lights, no heat. We're going to bed at night. I go to bed at night with no heat on at all. I turn my heat off at night and get in the bed so that my heat doesn't run all night long. When will the elected officials, our local Prince George's County officials, take our fight to Annapolis and then take our fight to the governor, who will then take our fight to the feds? We know that multi-billion-dollar corporations don't pay a dime, and this is why we are suffering. Our quality of life is in the toilet because the people who have been elected to represent us, you guys are not doing your job. Too many people have died, who have been hung and beaten to have a seat at the table, and now you've got 90% of black people running this government, and you guys are treating us the same way we would be treated if we were still back in Jim Crow and 50s.
So I'm telling you, everybody's feeling it. Electric is high, gas is high, food is high, rent is high. Hell, just to get a car on your credit score, forget what it used to be 620 or something, then you need a 710 now just to get a new car. The only group I feel sorry for based off the statistics is the black people. When we go back to that election and we look at things, black people is the only one that said, okay, y'all voting wrong, especially black women. That's why there's an attack on black women. Now you're starting to see MAGA influencers and MAGA this, oh, my medical bills. Hey, you get what you voted for. You voted for a con man. The dummy got the idiots to elect the dummy. You know what I mean? So that's what you're working with right now. You knew he was a con man. This man's been conning since the 80s. His family's history is of con people. What did you think he was not going to do? He lied, cheats, and steal just like the rest of the white elite, what they do. So now we're sitting here talking about, your medical bill, especially in rural areas. We played this video the other day where it was nothing but white folks. They were crossing the border from San Diego to Tijuana for dental treatment, but they don't like Latin people. They want them to be sent to Alligator Alcatraz. That's why I said a lot of y'all got what y'all voted for. Nikki, audience, what do you think?
That's Jean Grayson, and everybody can kiss my ass. we try to tell them it's the same. They can't see it for themselves. Like they literally hate you, but they're coming over there to get work done because it's cheaper than the country they love so much. So you love America so much, but you hate it enough to where you can't have affordable shit because you don't want other people that's not white to have affordable shit. We can have health care. We can have the same thing Israel got. No, we're not supposed to say their name, but hey, what the fuck? We can have everything they got because we giving it to them. That's how I know we can have everything they got, because we giving it to them. Mm-hmm. But y'all would rather give it to some other low-key, not white people. They just got lighter skin. You'd rather give it to them than to give it to, because you don't want black, at the end of the day, you don't want black people to have shit. That's why can't nobody have them. You'd rather be poor because you don't want black people to also be rich. You don't want black people to have a proper education, so you just rather everybody be stupid. This is how y'all are operating. You hate Mexicans, but will go to Mexico and Colombia and DR and all these places to get your fucking body done, to get your face done, to get your teeth done, because you can't get it done in America because you hate the motherfucking Mexicans that's in fucking America. Because you hate niggas. Racism has always been expensive. You crackers can't afford the price tag no more. That's it. Y'all pricing yourself out of your own shit. And for what? And then you're upset that black people are not, like, we're not running for cover like y'all. We used to this shit. We used to how y'all do. We've had centuries to understand how the fuck this works and how to survive. Y'all don't know how to survive. Y'all out here running rampant because you don't know what the fuck to do. We chilling. We cool. You think niggas give a fuck about a 17 credit score? We trying to make it through the day. Fuck that. Ain't nobody in here about to buy a new car. We can't even afford to buy a used car. Fuck that. Don't nobody care about credit no more. Because the only reason y'all established credit was to keep niggas from having the same shit white people had. That was it.
Yep.
Like, credit is credit. Like, right now, everybody trying to survive. People trying to get enough gas money to go to work. You think they give a fuck about what FICO is talking about? Ain't nobody buying a house. Who the fuck? Don't nobody care about that shit. I'm 45, and, you know, my husband wants to get a house one day, and I'm honestly like, babe, if we get one, cool. If we don't, because at this point, some shit gonna have to come down. Because I'd rather rent and somebody else be liable for this shit than to get a house and then everything is on us.
Yeah.
Like, the American dream is everybody else's nightmare. The American dream was only sold to white people, and they sold it to everybody else to get us on board to work for some shit that we was never gonna have. So fuck it. Fuck credit. Fuck all that. Okay. Oh, the white man doesn't deem you worthy. Okay, bitch, I don't care. If I can't buy it with cash, I don't fucking need it at this point. That's just how it's gonna roll. Because if enough people stop giving a fuck about credit, they're gonna have to revamp shit. Because it's more of us with not 700s than it is with 700. We can't do it. We can't keep the fuck up. People right now are trying to decide, do I eat or do I pay my electricity?
Mm-hmm.
Do I pay my rent in one shot or do I got to break this motherfucker up? And a lot of these I think honestly, we do need to go on strike, but everybody is scared to do it. But we gotta bite the bullet because they can't get everybody out. If everybody for 2 months said, fuck it, I'm not paying rent, and flooded the fucking the eviction calendars and shit, what are they going to do? Because pretty soon nobody's gonna be able to afford where the fuck they staying at. Nobody. So if nobody can afford to stay there, what are you gonna do? At some point, as a landlord, you're fucking yourself. Because if nobody can afford to stay where you're renting, then what are you gonna do? Because a lot of these people, this is supposed to be, when you have a building, that's supposed to be supplemental income for a lot of people, but it's not. Nowadays, because the economy is so fucked up, your landlords, this money is their money. It's their mortgage money. And so when you're late, that's why they on your ass, because it's not supplemental anymore. They're using this as their fucking income, but they're being greedy. The rent is going up. Y'all selling these luxury places. Ain't shit luxury. I could hear everything going on upstairs. Why? Why do I have to know when you doing whatever the fuck you doing upstairs? I don't want to hear that shit, but I have to. Y'all are selling luxury, but it's not luxury. Y'all are building houses in like one fucking day, and then let a fucking tornado come. All this shit is knocked down. The quality of everything is going down, but the price is going up. Who's going to pay it? If you laying everybody off, if you're not increasing the wages, but you're increasing the cost of living, who's going to fucking pay it? Motherfucking Pepsi is mad because a bitch don't want to pay $7 for a bag of Doritos. I don't give a fuck how fat I am. I'm never paying you bitches $7 for a bag of chips, bitch. I'm not doing it. I don't give a fuck. Who told you you could charge $7 for a motherfucking bag of Doritos? Who told y'all they was that motherfucking good? That somebody was charging $7 for a half bag of chips, not even a full bag, a half bag, and you can't believe you lost billions of dollars? A fucking thing of soda. Why does a case of soda cost damn near $20? Why? Why does a 12-pack of soda? Bitch, I will find a Winn-Dixie and get some Czech soda. Fuck a name brand, okay? Because Czech be hitting like a bitch. I don't need Pepsi. I don't need Coke. I get an off-brand in this bitch. Why? It is no reason why in the world a fucking 12 cans of soda gotta cost $12 or $15. Or you gotta buy 2 just to get 1 free. So now I'm spending $30 for 3 cases of fucking soda. Nah, fuck that. Y'all are making everything, you're making it impossible to live. Because the whole goal is maybe you're trying to get people to off themselves. Maybe you're just trying to get people to be like, you know what, fuck it, I can't take this no more. And that's how you're weeding everybody out. That has to be the ultimate goal, is to get everybody to say, you know what, fuck it, I don't want to be here no more. It's either going to be that, or you motherfuckers, we all going to have to get together and start revolting. But it's going to start with you white people. Because it's not going to be until y'all shit is real fucked up, where you can't go into a hospital, where you can't get insurance, where you can't do the things that you want to be able to do. That's when y'all going to start. Holy hell. Do you know, I went to go get something today, and I couldn't do it. I'm not going to accept this. That's what it's going to take for y'all to finally do some shit, is when white people get asked the fuck out, when your credit score ain't credit scoring no more for you, when that bitch ain't doing what it needs to do, when 7 ain't enough, when they up that bitch and be like, you need a credit score of 950, well, wait a fucking minute. I can't do that. Then let's see what happens. When white people file bankruptcy all the fucking time, and you try to make black people feel bad about it. Fuck that shit. Let me tell you something. If y'all can't afford these bills, file that shit. Who gives a fuck? White people file that shit, 10 years later, file again. They buy a bunch of shit and then file. They'll run them credit cards up, then file. Wait another 10 years, run it up again, do the same shit. Don't do it right, do it white. If you can't afford your bills, get all them shits together. Don't let nobody tell you nothing. Yeah, it might be hard to get a car. It might be, hey, it's too expensive any motherfucking way to get a car. Who cares?
That part.
Do what's best for you financially. Don't let people tell you, oh, well, if you do that, then your credit. Fuck credit. Credit was meant to fuck us up any goddamn way. So fuck it. The whole point is, if your credit is fucked up, how worse can it get?
All right.
It can't do nothing but go up. The number can't do nothing but go higher. So if you at the point where you can't do it, don't let these people make you feel, oh, well, try to do a payment. You can't budget yourself out of poverty. Let's get that clear. They always trying to make black people think we can budget ourselves. Well, if you don't go to the club every weekend, if you don't do this, or if you don't buy that cup of coffee, if you don't go to the movie, what the fuck am I supposed to do? If you work 40 hours a week, every fucking week, 40 plus, and the only thing you can afford to do is take yourself to the movie, buy yourself a new wig, go get your fucking nails done, go shake your ass for at least 4 hours for a fucking night. If that's what you want to do, you have earned that fucking right. Because guess what? Saving up that money ain't going to do shit. Yep. It's not enough to get out of fucking poverty. It's not enough. You can save $5 a day on fucking Starbucks. It's not going to help you pay your fucking rent. Do what you can do to make yourself feel good. If that's what you want to do to make yourself feel good for all the hard work you're doing, and you know that it's not going to get you any place but where you are right now, enjoy yourself. Indulge yourself. You cannot budget yourself out of poverty. Saving $5 a day is not going to help you pay your rent. It's not going to help you pay your fucking car note. It's a drop in the fucking bucket. Get that cup of coffee, okay? Get that cup of coffee. Get that fucking wig. Get that fill in. Make yourself feel good about yourself. Go shake your ass, okay? You ain't got to buy a motherfucking bottle, okay? But if you want to pop that pussy right quick for a good 5 or 6 hours to forget all the shit you've been through this week, you fucking deserve to go and do that. Don't let nobody else tell you shit, because the people that's telling you to budget yourself out of poverty are not poor. Yeah. Notice that. Notice the people that's telling you to budget yourself out of poverty can spend the extra money. Don't save up for a fucking passport. I mean, you need a passport in case you got to get the fuck up out of here. But don't be like, oh well, if you save money, if you didn't go do this every week, you know, you could have a passport and go where, bitch? Where the fuck we gonna go? You can't afford the airlines. Spirit then closed down. So what the fuck you gonna do now? Mm-hmm. Right now, a flight just to go see my daughter is fucking $800 plus $800 to $900.
Since you said that, let me show you, because Spirit was on our docket today. I'm gonna go into Spirit, yeah, because Spirit is closed. This is really bad, you guys, and we're gonna talk about this because there's implications behind the scenes of what this means. But they said the yellow planes are grounded. Spirit Airlines is shutting down after government pulled the plug on $500 million bailout. And this is a backstory of it. Take a look.
It bothers me so much when people say they wanted Spirit to shut down. Like, have some compassion. Do you even know the impact that this is going to have on the community here in Broward County especially? I feel like people don't understand the job loss and the uncertainty now for the entire team that worked under Spirit. The airline employed thousands of people here in South Florida. Heck, the new campus and headquarters in Broward has office space to up to 1,000 people that it can fit. And also they have apartments here that house up to 400 employees. Honestly, shame on you if you're celebrating this. They're one of Broward County's largest employers, and they moved to Broward back in 1999. That is how long they've been in this area for. And side note, how is this going to impact Dania Point now? Don't even get me started on how this will affect the airport. I went to Terminal 4 today and people were telling me that some employees showed up without hearing the news and they just left. Spirit is iconically known as the largest carrier here at the airport. They have around a 25% market share. I think the impact is going to be huge here. Many of us here have only been able to see family out of the country because of how affordable Spirit has been. And this next part is speculation. I'm no economist, but if a low-cost budget airline like Spirit goes out of business and it was generally a competitor that was keeping prices low, doesn't that mean the prices of airfare for other airlines is going to increase? And my bad if I sound a bit aggravated right now, but like this hits very close to home. People have spent their entire careers working for Spirit Airlines, and they have contributed so much to the local economy here in Broward County. And now it's uncertain how they move forward and what's the long-term impact this will have on our community. And yeah, that's my rant. It just makes me angry when people try to.
And a good comment, somebody says, every single thing you said, people lack empathy until they need it. That's the same thing that's going on with this election. If you know, if it ain't affecting people, they don't care. Now, all of a sudden, all these white MAGA people, and they can't have babies in Texas, or they go to get an abortion, they could be arrested. You have them, you know, closing the hospitals, closing all their food. So now they have to travel. It doesn't, until it affects you, that's when people are like, oh, you know, now I care. Same with the Latins. Now they so supposed to care about Black and brown unity. But before we go into to speak about Spirit and the financial crisis as well, let's give Spirit a rest in peace as well. Take a look.
Go suck another dirty dick. Don't play with me. Do not play with me. Do not play with me, because I'm not the one nor the two.
Hey, stop it! Hey! Oh my God! Ooh! This is so fucking ghetto.
So somebody in the comments, they said they had a perfect record in the air, but not on the ground. Spirit Airlines, I remember flying it a long time ago. I only flew it twice. That was all I needed. It wasn't the airline for me. You know, they nickel and dime you for everything, but to have a perfect track record of no accidents, and pretty much like when you're flying Spirit, it was sit your ass down, put your seatbelt on, shut up, We're going to take you over there, drop you, you get your seatbelt off, and you go on about your business. Point A to point B. That's exactly what Spirit Airlines is. Now, he stated something in regards to like the cost. So Spirit Airlines was actually pretty much the foundation of making sure that cost was low. So when they have these low costs, these other carriers are still trying to get that business called market share. So they're trying to get this business from you, but they can't get it from you because Spirit Airlines has it. And they're keeping, hey, you go up, you go down. I know lots of people right now that's not going to be able to get to point A to point B because they use Spirit to go up and down. Now you got tickets, I think from here to San Francisco, which is a very short flight. I think the ticket now is $720 for economy. I said $720. Back then the tickets used to be like $200-$300. So I want you guys to just make that, and even it'll be even more affordable than that based off if it's like a flight that's not like a very big book route. They might put it like 120 or 150 or something. But these tickets now, you're about to see things go up. I think this is bad news because Spirit Airlines, besides Southwest, had most of the people that flew it. So now you got to go to these other carriers that's going to increase the price. So what do you guys think?
Well, Southwest is already I think they trolling. I think Southwest is trying to go bankrupt because I stopped flying them a while ago. Since my daughter is in upstate New York, their airport is very small, so you can't get. It's very rare to get a direct flight. You always have to get a connecting flight, and their prices are ridiculous. They may have like those $49 to here, whatever, but the coming back is the like they literally are charging American and Delta prices, and it's not the same thing. And now they don't have the seating anymore. Now it's assigned seating, which I really don't care about, but it's the prices. Your whole point was that you could get 2 free bags, which is why people really flew with them, because you get 2 check bags for free. Now they don't have that. They took that away. Now they have the assigned seating. So now it's not open seating anymore. They took that away. Now, if you're plus size, you got to buy another ticket, but now they get to judge you right then and there if you need to buy another ticket. So say you've already planned your trip, you spent money on the ticket, you get there, they look at you, oh, you're too much of a fat bitch. You're going to have to pay us $400 more to get another seat. They're if you look at it, they're trying to get a monopoly to, at one point, we have no choice. At some point, they're trying to make it to where the government is trying to make it to where we can't leave. Now, what's going to happen is there's going to have to be a split between the companies and the government. Right now, it seems like the companies and the government are in cahoots. But when the American people can't afford this shit, now what? Because your whole business, if you're an airline, you need motherfuckers to fly. If everybody's too broke to fly, then what are we going to do? Just like when COVID hit, nobody was flying. You could get your flight somewhere for $25. I'm not saying we got to go back to that. But what it is right now, you can't go anywhere. Literally, to go to upstate New York, not even New York City. It used to be if you flew in the middle part of the week, that could kind of be cheaper. I saw a flight to go see my daughter for $1,900, not even regular price. That ain't first. $1,900, and it was a 14-hour flight. Mind you, she's 2 hours away. So I'm gonna pay y'all more money to be away to travel farther than I fucking have to. None of this shit makes sense. You got they put you in other places. You got to pass your destination to come back just to get a decent fucking flight. I don't understand how any of this is working, but they are going to make it to where people are not going to want to fly. And then when that starts to happen, then maybe you're going to have a little bit of a shift. I've flown Spirit twice. My issue with it was, the ticket itself might have been cheap, but then when you start to get with everything, they start nickeling and diming for everything. You ended up paying what you would spend on fucking American and Delta. So let me just fly American and Delta. That's how I saw it. Like if you wanted to eat, if you wanted a little snack, not a fucking meal, but a snack, you'd have to pay this. If you want to be able to have the internet, you got to pay this. If you want to be able to do this, to check your bag, to check a bag was $70-some. You are out of your fucking mind.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. So yeah, the ticket might be cheap, but now when you get all the other stuff that you would get in any other airline, now we're getting to the same price. So hey, fuck it. Let me just go to American or Delta. And now all of these, the rest of these, they're starting to not give a fuck how they treat you because they know they're the only ones left. And that's what's going to happen. They're going to become a monopoly. It's only going to be one or two left until it's down to one, because I bet you it's going to get down to two. They're going to merge and become one big airline, and we're only going to have one airline to fly out of. That's going to be the goal. The goal is for all of this shit to become a monopoly. Same thing they're doing with this Ellison deal with TV. Everything is going to become state media. Every fucking thing. All of it. HBO. If you own HBO, if you own Nickelodeon, if you own all of these things, that means you're going to control what kids see. You're going to control what the adults see. It's all going to be whatever we want. No anti-Trump shit allowed. We're going to start becoming the motherfucking resistance in real time. That's what I'm meaning to.
And, just to give y'all some, advice on a few things as well. We brought more finance in it because we know things are about to start hurting for a lot of people. Job market is still not where it is. Things are going up. So speaking into that, I know that, and I've used this as well. These pay in for or whatever. This stuff be helping you out. It's like having a credit card, but not having a credit card. So Sezzle is one I can definitely say is a very good one. So if you need to get some tires, let's say that, hey, these tires are going to be, to get all my tires going to be $800 something plus dollars. I don't have it. So you go to Sezzle, you'll say, hey, can you get these tires? And let me see what these tires are going to be. You put the price in there. And then once you put how much it's going to cost, it will let you know if you're approved or not. If you don't get approved from Sezzle or whatever, and they'll probably approve you for a lower amount because they need you to build a history with them. So if you don't build it with them, then you can do Klarna. Now, Klarna is another one. I think out of all the ones I reviewed, I think Klarna and Sezzle are the top two. I think they're the easiest to use. They're universally used all over the place. And so these two right here have, when you're trying to get someone approved in the store, they will go ahead and get it approved for you. So this is also another paying for app. So you're needing something like, I know some people that's using this for their groceries right now because things are so high. They're using it for their groceries. I know one lady, she has a business. She had to use it for her gas. And she went ahead and she, filled up all the cars and did it with Klarna. So I'm telling you, these are some options for you guys to use. That way you can have money still in your account, but pay at the same time. Now, they usually do payment options. I think it's bi-weekly. And then I think Klarna or Sezzle went to once a month. The other one that I know that everybody uses, and this is mostly for travel, with Spirit Airlines going out of business right now. And I want to let you guys know this is really bad. You're going to see prices go up and you're not going to be able to travel where you want to travel to. So I do know Affirm, they're usually one of the bigger ones in terms of, you can do all the pay and force, Klarna, Sezzle, but I know Affirm, they work directly with a lot of airlines and they get you approved for higher amounts. So this one I think is a monthly. Now you can do it for 0 APR, so that way you're not being charged anything. But if you do it for a longer session, let's say instead of 6 months, you are trying to pay it down to 12 months, then that's when they will charge you APR. So even though they say these 3 days 0 APR options, but it's depending on what plan you choose. So I just wanted to let you guys know something about those. That way you have some type of resource. Nikki, you have anything to add to
that? No, there's another one called 4. That one is more so like you do you can do a monthly membership if you want more stores, but they're not as it's like Walmart, Target, stores like that, but it is an option. But like he said, for groceries and like bills and stuff, it would be Klarna. Sezzle. Zip is another one. That kind of Zip is like universal. You could pay pretty much anything if you have Zip. So again, it may start you out with a lower limit and stuff like that, and then you build with them. But I will say be careful, because just like any other thing, it is a trap, because it's very easy, because you're like, oh, I'm paying it off in 2 weeks. But then when you get your check, all of your money is going to pay off the things that you got 2 weeks ago. So that therein lies the trap. So it's like, okay, I'm paying it easily. So I would use it for like emergencies and or really big purchases, not just like I randomly want to go shopping. Not unless you know you have a job and you know you're going to be able to do it and you make enough money. But it can come a trap really easy, because it's like when you get your check, your whole check is going to pay back the stuff that you did, because it adds up very, very quickly. So I will say, when you're using those things, you have to treat it like a credit card in terms of being responsible, because you have to, it's going to use up all of your next check. So just emergencies or big purchases. Shout out to Tony for our second donation of the day for our super chat. So thank you very much, Tony.
Thank you, Tony. We appreciate it. And we are going to go into our closing segments. So in our closing segments, I don't know if you guys know this. Kevin Roberts, president of the Heritage Foundation. So that's the guy that's behind this whole thing with Project 2025. He got a PhD in African American history and then used it to author Project 2025 and dismantle civil rights. So the Heritage Foundation was founded in 1973. Guess what was happening in the late 60s, early 70s, when all y'all were going to learn this country was built on slavery and genocide, and it will continue to be powered by those until its demise. So just to keep in mind, you know, he just looks ogreish to me. I don't know why racist people, they just age badly. Like his skin right there is peeling. They just look very ogreish to me. It's something about them. And then also leave black people alone. Take a look. We'll be right back.
Oh shit. Okay, good. What's up, bitch? That's enough. I need to stop. Oh, what, Sonny? Stop. Look, stop. How you doing? I told you to stop. Right.
He better than me, because she would have got kicked in her teeth. Mm-hmm. Way better than me. Both of them can get it. And then take a look.
No. On this side. Don't give a damn. Don't get on my motherfucking hands. Just like you can't knock on that motherfucking door. I can't because I can't get you. No, I'm just telling that ain't his fucking kid. That's mine. Yeah, you're Goldberg, mine. Patio. Goldberg, my motherfucking kid. You can't talk to my motherfucking patio. There's no reason on my patio. Don't yell at me. No, yell at me like you told my kids. Keep the kids off my patio. Kick your ass down the motherfucking stairs. Don't ever yell like that. Why do you want to tell me? I mean, kick my ass. Tell me about my motherfucking kids, bitch.
And then this one. Take a look.
Don't jump in. Ain't so much mouth hole. Really? So much mouth hole. Who the fuck you calling me, bitch? Come on. If a white man called you.
She was not playing. And then this right here, this is always tell you that we're always going to finish. And black people, we're so superior. We just have to acknowledge that. These girls thought they were going to win, and I was like, no. She was already pacing, and she already knew what she was going to do. Take a look.
Never mind the whole Olympic thing.
Never mind the Olympics. And representing Team USA yet again, like she did in Tokyo.
Well, I have to say, she has set this race up perfect for Carissa Schweitzer. This is where Carissa really, really can shine in these final 500 meters. This is where we see her turnover. And I think she's getting antsy. We start to see her move out here into lane 2. This is the perfect setup for Schweitzer to win a national title.
1 lap to go. So this is where the Olympic standard's at, right there, 30 minutes, 40 seconds. So they're about a lap off at the moment. But that doesn't matter. Top 3, they're running as hard as they can. And Carissa Schweitzer has a quick look. She wants to know exactly where Wayne Kaladi is, and she's right on your shoulder. She's right on your hip, and now she's in front of you. Kaladi, the only one with the Olympic standard, takes the lead of this race.
What a move by Kaladi. I don't think we saw this one coming. Longer distances. She is gritting her face a little bit, but she wants to win this. It would mean so much for her to win this race right now, but Carissa Schweitzer is not relenting, and Parker Valley is hanging in there, Lee.
Look at this. Maybe Kaladi went too early. She definitely went too early. Carissa Schweitzer puts herself in front.
is coming back from injury and surgery, and now she's got the collegian taking her on, but guess what? Wayne Kalani's not done. Kalani comes back on the inside, saving that kick for the final 80 meters. Wayne Kalani is going to Paris, winning the women's 10,000.
That right there told me that they were never going to win. That told me they were never going to win. She smoked them at that last part. I was like,
she waited.
And then also, one last video. This talks about don't let them limit us. They always trying to limit our talent, limit what we do, and we always going to be great. So here at the, I think it was the UNC FAMU game, the UNC, the actual school, put the FAMU in a section because they know how great that band is, just to try to like silence them or whatever, and they still performed. So, I mean, mediocrity from racist whites versus the creativity of black people, we're always going to win. Take a look. We'll be right back. And we got this in our short show. I'm going to go watch that. But that was funny how they tried to silence them. Because, FAMU usually have like a nice section. They got the dancing. So they squeezed them in. I'm telling you, and you could see did you see the white folks' face? They just look basic and pale. I was just like, because y'all don't create, y'all destroy, y'all steal. You don't create. So, I mean, I'll be upset if I'm not able to do that as well. If I was one of you guys.
The trade-off for their superiority is they don't have happiness. They don't have joy. So therefore, when they see it in other people, it makes them angry. Because there's nothing like seeing black people congregate and have fun. You will immediately see a white person face scrunch up. Immediately. And that's the trade-off. They get to act as though they're superior. They get to think that they're the best of the best, but they have no joy. They have no sense of happiness because they want everybody to be the same. So when they see people that are not conforming, it upsets them. Because as a white person, I have to conform. I can't do what I want to do. I can't have a sense of purpose. I can't have any originality. So how dare you get to have this? That's what upsets them about us, especially black people, especially when we don't conform. They don't like it.
They'll be all right. That's why with black people, even like in sports and everything, they need us because without us, this country would be crap. We already know that. But I would like to thank everybody for tuning into this show this Sunday. I know Sundays are our early shows, but it's just to get your week started. Nikki, who was our super chats and cash ups and Venmos?
Rob was our Venmo today, and Tony was our super chat. So thank you, Rob and Tony. We appreciate you.
Thank you. We do appreciate that. Nikki, anything upcoming, anything exciting? Where can they find you at?
For those that missed the announcement earlier, we are doing the FTP focus group. So again, if you want to be a part of that, you would send an email to ftppodcastshow@gmail.com. And in the subject line, please put FTP focus group. And what you're going to do is we need you to help us test out our shows. So if you are chosen to be a part of focus group, Jason will send you the instructions. So essentially, you are going to be watching the shows and helping us test them on the network. So if you have a cell phone, a laptop, television, any devices that you have that we can use to watch that particular episode at once and get as many streams as possible, that's what we would need your assistance for. And so you'll be given the link that you cannot share with anybody else. So again, if you're interested in being a part of the focus group, just send an email to ftppodcastshow@gmail.com, subject line FTP focus group, and you'll receive your instructions from there. I'm still working on the network. I'm working on the visuals. Jason is working on the tech side. We have some merch coming up and all that stuff, but right now the network is kind of taking up all of our time, but we're doing our best to make it, what we want it to be for you guys. You can follow me on Instagram at bitch_happens. So you will see FTP clips there, as well as my own personal content. Those are all my links there. You can also follow my husband. I have a page on IG called Partners in Petty. It's Hanging with the Harvin, so you can find us on there. And our FTP store is ftp-store.printify.me. We are having a 50% off sale. We are extending it. So any merch that you have seen on there that you've wanted to grab, please go and get it. It is 50% off. And again, I'll be adding some more merch later, but right now this is the time to grab your merch there. So the link to the store is right there in the chat. So make sure you guys go and do some shopping.
Awesome. And you guys, please remember, we'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, thank you for letting that other video went viral. We have another one that's going viral. So thank y'all for the support, because when you like, share, and subscribe, especially sharing, well, all of it, it does get the word out about our show. So we do appreciate that a lot. Other than that, please like, share, subscribe, and we will see you next time. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
So thin, it can never be late. Can't twerk it for my man, cause I got a long back. I age like the crick, keep 'em mad. Black don't crack, can't stand black women, I just wanna be down. Hate the way you talk, but getting paid off your sound. Crazy ass Karen, my obsession is sick. Certified racist, but I love black dick. Tried to walk away, can't leave you alone. Triggered by niggas, Molly in the danger zone. Triggered by niggas. Triggered by niggas.
I'm Travis Kelce, and I really miss dating black women.
Do you enjoy yelling at strangers and refuse to mind your own fucking business? Introducing MAGA Karen, the limited edition action figure that's just as unsolicited as your opinions. MAGA Karen comes equipped with all the essentials. A Fox News mug, because the best part of waking up is racism in your cup. Next up is a Red Bullshit energy drink, infused with 100% pure indignation and zero nutritional value, just like your diet. And, of course, Trump dump adult diapers, because one thing a Karen is always prepared to do is shit a brick. But the best part, she talks. Just push her buttons, they're very sensitive, and she'll unleash her greatest hits like,
I want to speak to the manager right now, or I'll call the fucking cops. Get the fuck out of my country. I wonder just how racist I can be today. Fuck you, fuck your feelings, and fuck facts.
If you enjoy weaponizing whiteness, religion, and Wi-Fi, MAGA Karen is the best friend you've always wanted, but never had because you're such an insufferable bitch. MAGA Karen, powered by Facebook, fueled by Fox News. Exclusively available at Walmart. In